Hello, welcome back to the Pinkun YouTube channel. This is the start of a brand new series called Pinkun Classics. My name is Connor Southwell, and today we're going to be taking our first delve back into the archives to pluck out some Norwich City footage, memories, iconic matches to analyse, dissect, talk about, discuss, reminisce over, and we want to take you along for the ride as well. So if you're watching this video, make sure you have either a second screen or perhaps split your laptop screen, so you've got this video on the left and the highlights on the right. The highlights that we're watching today, there's a link down into the description as well. I won't reveal quite what game it is yet, but if you're of a certain Norwich City vintage, then this really is quite a special one, and made even more special by what we will have seen had football have continued this weekend. It would have been an iconic occasion at Carrow, so we've tried to make that as symmetrical as we can with this current fixture. But make sure you get the highlights on as well whilst we're watching, because that will contextualise a lot of our discussion, a lot of what we talk about, and hopefully it'll be good fun. I'm sure it will. It's going to be like a Gogglebox type style series. If you do like this one, then make sure you leave a comment in underneath the video. Essentially, let us know which games you'd like us to watch highlights of and discuss and reminisce and tell stories about, because this is, I think, going to be as dependent on you guys and what you want to see as it is us, and perhaps what we want to produce as well. So let us know. Make sure you leave a like as well and subscribe to the Pinkun YouTube channel, because we've got plenty of Norwich City content coming your way. We've got podcasts, obviously articles, newspaper as well, where you can follow all the latest updates and news with Norwich City in this what is a very strange time for everyone involved. I hope you enjoy the video. Again, let us know your thoughts. Make sure you've got your second screen ready, and without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Here we are then, Pinkun Classics. Carrow Road was obviously supposed to be the scene where we were all going to be watching an FA Cup quarter-final this weekend, but alas not. We're all in our self-isolation stations. I think that's the name we're going to give it. I'm Connor Southwell, joined by Paddy Davitt, Tony Frossell and Ian Clark. And we're going to take you back to 1992 and a week where Stay by Shakespeare's Sister, I'm reliably informed, was in the charts. Denmark won the Euros. The Olympics was in Barcelona. Bill Clinton was elected president, and Wayne's World hit cinemas. And it is also the year that Norwich City faced Southampton at Carrow Road in the FA Cup quarter-final. The game we're going to be watching is actually the replay. Clarky, you were there. Yep. What's your memories of this fixture in particular? Because it's one that I would imagine evokes pretty happy memories.
Yes, of course, this was the replay was at Carrow. The first leg was down at the Dell, as it was then, Southampton's ground. I actually remember very little about the game. It was a 0-0 draw. What I remember most actually was the number. I think it was 5,000 Norwich fans packed in the away end behind the goal. And also I remember the fact that we went in a minibus from Deal, a whole load of us. And there wasn't much parking space around near the Dell. So there was a character down there who was like getting people in his garden. And he was like, yeah, come on, boys, we can get more in there. And our minibus was so tight in his garden, we had to all climb out of the passenger seat, because he'd got everybody in. He was charging a tenner for cars, which is like 28 years ago. So he was making good money.
That's a lot of money back in '92.
It was a lot of money. Yeah, I think it was 15 quid for a minibus and a tenner for a motor. So he made some good money. But yeah, so the first leg, actually, the game itself, no goals, obviously, and not the most memorable game. It was the action was really in that replay back at Carrow Road,
which we've got for you. And of course, if you click the link in our description, then you can watch along with us as well, and you can pick out the key points. Paddy, do you have any memories of this fixture? Because I don't know if Norwich City was in your consciousness at this point, so this might be massively insignificant to you.
Well, when you've already won the competition, Connor, you don't get too bothered about FA Cup replays, quarter-final replays, sorry. But no, I've got to be honest, I've found out about this since the draw was made against Manchester United, and watched the highlights for the first time last night, and we'll get into it. But it certainly looked like quite an epic occasion. I'm sure Mr. Clark would concur.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a real cracker.
Yeah, and that's the shame, because obviously, the reason we're doing this, sadly, is because we should have had another one on Sunday coming, and we hope eventually, when all this passes, we will get that. But I think all I would say, drawing a parallel with Coventry, my team, is that this era for me was really when the FA Cup mattered so much to everybody, players and fans, and because there wasn't the amount of games on the TV was there back in the day, and the FA Cup final was the big occasion. You two lads are far too young to remember all that. A time before, not you, Clarky, no, sadly. But I think I mean, for me, it's still massive because it has connotations of what my team's greatest hour in a 100+ year history. But I think generally the FA Cup then was on a pedestal, and you could sense that watching the highlights. You really got to sense the occasion and the emotions as well, which we'll get into. So yeah, no, it's nice to take a trip down memory lane.
Tony, let's finish with you. I don't know if you have any memories of this. Actually, how old would you have been when this was played?
I would have been about 7 or 8 months old then. So,
shut up.
Yeah, incidentally, one of my first away games following Norwich was a Southampton away at St Mary's in the Cup in, I think it was about 2003. So yeah, there's a bit of a hook there for me watching this, and there's a young Alan Shearer on the in the red and white stripes as well. So that's always a bonus.
Absolutely, yeah. Should we get into it then, lads? We've got John Motson's commentary, haven't we, to listen to? So I think I've got a countdown from 3. So here we go. If you've got it up, make sure you're ready as well with that play button.
Good.
So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's play it.
Oh, look at that! Look at that kit.
Isn't that the kit that won our World Cup? Pinkun World Cup
by a landslide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
old
quite nice.
Old Flecky. There he is, Alan Shearer.
Young
Alan Shearer.
How old would he have been then?
Can't have been.
He must have been a teenager then. Was he 19 something?
Tell you what, there's some decent names in that.
Ian Brandfoot, the manager.
Yeah. Madison, not James, I hasten to add.
2 subs. Look at that, 2 subs.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Alan Shearer, Matt Letitia,
Ian Dowie,
Razor Ruddock.
Yeah, Razor Ruddock before he got on the pies.
Big decision from Dave Stringer. Ian Crook on the bench.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you remember the lineup here, Clarky? Should we pause this, boys? Do you remember the lineup?
So we're looking at Mark Watton in goal then. Culverhouse, Woodthorpe, Butterworth, Polston, Goss, Fox, Fleck, Newman, Sutton, and Mark Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would have been the formation then, mate, for us?
4-4-2.
4-4-2.
4-4-2.
Look at the stands.
You know me, Paddy, I'm a bit old school. I love that format.
Yeah.
The old Barkley there.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
Look at that.
And when I watched it back last night, we're just remembering the surging. So now we all sit, don't we? All sit in comfort. But those days in the Barkley where you probably had about 1,000 too many in there, packed in. Every time anybody moved, everybody else did. When a goal was scored, it was absolute chaos.
Awesome. All right, play again, shall we?
This is what some people will know as the good old days of football, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Go on, boys. We're playing it.
Yeah,
we're playing it. Yeah.
Let's go back.
Count us
I'll
down.
Count us back in. I'll count us back in. 3, 2, 1, play. Look at the balloons.
Look at the
balloons.
Yeah, I will point out the old highlights we're watching are a bit rough and ready, aren't they? I noticed last night. There's a bit of a cut and shut nature.
Yeah, I love the hard cut into the ball just ricocheting off
the post. How on earth has it got there?
Sutton looks young there as well, doesn't he?
He was 19, Sutton was.
Yeah, he was. Only just turned 19 as well.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I noticed last night is he was useful in the air. He was winning headers, throwing himself about, not caring about getting hurt.
Well, when I first saw Chris Sutton, he started as a centre back and obviously then moved up. And I love that commentary from Motti that said, "Young Chris Sutton's made a big impression in recent games. He's only just turned 19."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. The pitch was the first thing I thought when I saw that. I mean,
pitch is tremendous.
Compare that to Carrow Road. Now, how could you control anything?
You get better pitches at Eaton Park on a Sunday, don't you? Than that?
I love watching seeing all of the old sponsors around the stadium as well.
Yeah. I think Coleman's. I saw. Well, we've got some pictures of this game. I think the EDP had something on the electronic scoreboard as well, didn't they? Back in the day, Eastern Daily Press.
We did. And even news, yeah.
I tell you what, Flowers made some good saves in this game.
Yeah, big save there by Flowers.
I was going to say there's a few members of Blackburn's title-winning squad in here, isn't there?
Yes, SAS.
Shearer, Sutton.
Was Flowers in England?
That's putting your body on the line. That is, boys. Putting your body on the line there, near post. I tell you what I've noticed here, and probably anybody who hasn't seen the highlights, when they see the first goal, oh my word!
Handbags are out.
You don't get much handbags like this.
You don't
nowadays.
You don't. But Norwich and corners, sadly, that's something that has spanned the ages. Norwich's inability to defend on corners, as we'll see from.
Look at the shorts as well. They're tiny and the material looks shiny.
Bit of Jack Grealish going on there, TT.
Look at those.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There's the goal.
Who was the Norwich player there, Clarkey? Near post. He's just gone in with the crowd. I couldn't quite work it out.
Was it Newman?
He's lost his man. That's whoever it is.
Yeah, I think it might have been Newman. Didn't pick him up.
We'll see.
Like you're right, Paddy. You're right, 28 years on, and some things just don't change. Better pitch.
You wouldn't mess with him then, would you? Look at him.
Here we go. So he's ran from the penalty spot. He's there with him. I mean, he's there with him. He just doesn't jump.
He was on the post.
Yes, Newman, I think, number 9, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, the thing is, obviously, Rob Newman played quite a lot at the back, so he should have known better.
How's he missed?
Yeah, dear oh Lord.
There was some great goal, mate.
Oi.
How have they not scored there?
So you got your money's worth in this game, Clarkey. Goalmouth scrambles.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of money either. I wonder how much a ticket would have cost.
That's
I'm sure someone will be able to tell us in the comments, I'm sure.
There's the corner.
I think you might be slightly ahead of us, TT.
Yeah, I think that...
what a save that is.
I think I'm only a couple of seconds ahead.
Yeah.
It's like being in the Railway Tavern in Dereham where the commentary and the pictures are about 2 minutes apart.
Oh, are we at the Letitia stamp?
Yeah, this is a shocker.
Flecky. Yeah. I was actually surprised, not knowing the outcome here, that he produced the red, because I thought you literally had to assault somebody back in the day.
Yeah.
As in, get a weapon out to get anything like resembling a red card, but you don't quite see it. You don't quite see it on the pictures.
Being a straight red too, yeah. It's not like he gave him a warning and gave him a yellow. It was
look at that! He knew it was off. He went straight off. Not like now where they're pleading with the ref.
No.
VAR. Where's the VAR, boys? That's what we need. A bit of VAR on that.
You've got no players around the referee.
Bannon Poultry.
Yeah.
Look at the dugouts.
Who's the manager then? What's his backstory?
Dave Stringer. There we go.
Southampton.
Ian Branford.
I love the hard.
Sorry, Clarky. What stand were you in, mate? We didn't establish that, did we?
I would have been in the Barclay then. Surging around, yeah. You had a season ticket then in the Barclay.
Was this one of the last games in the old Barclay then? Was it?
No, it was a few more years. 92.
Great finish. That really instinctive. That.
Yeah, that's what Farker's saying. They need a few ugly goals. That's what.
Yeah.
Anticipates that, doesn't he?
I'm like, we haven't seen enough of him. But I mean, you'd think Dermich has kind of got that movement in the box, but he's just A, not played enough, and B, they haven't got the service into him. But that pitch is ridiculous.
And that was beautifully simple, wasn't it? Butterworth chipped it forward. Lovely head on from Sutton. And
look at that! The way Sutton went in there with the goalie, no fear at all. I love that.
I tell you, you get a clear sense of the intensity of this game. I mean, it's literally being played in fifth gear all the time. The sort of modern get you. That's a naughty one,
card, isn't it?
That's a naughty one. That.
It's not even a foul.
Can you remember any songs from that era, Clarky? Any
well, it was all the case, Sarah, whatever will be. We're going to Wembley by the quarter-final stage.
It's another scramble.
What on earth is going on there? That's putting your body on the line, that. Beckford.
He looks useful, he does.
And old Motti must have said in that game 15 times, oh, somehow stayed out.
Yeah.
Flicked on.
Oh.
How's that not gone in?
Imagine if Hanley, Zimmerman, Godfrey are defending like that now. Wouldn't know what to say about it, would we?
Totally on the line.
Were you optimistic going into extra time, Clarky? The way that game had gone.
Yeah, I think when we were at home and we'd had a good bit of momentum, and obviously we'd pulled back, having been behind. I think there was so much optimism around then, so everyone was up for doing the job in the extra time.
Yeah, and you had the extra man, of course, and soon to be 2 extra men.
Yeah,
which
you're giving it away.
That's the incident. I know. Yeah.
It's another stamp as well.
No, that's naughty. That he knew what he was doing there, definitely.
Who's that on?
I love the way he put his hands up to say, look, ref, I didn't do anything.
Innocent party, mate.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. This time they are crowding the referee.
It's Barry Horn is the Saints player, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Did we establish who the Norwich lad was on the deck, Clarky?
Was it
wasn't
Goss?
Polston, was it? Or... Oh, it might have been Goss, you're right.
Gossy?
Oh, I love a
it's
circle red card.
Circle red card, yeah.
Don't see enough of those now.
Here we go.
Oh, no, it was number
3,
8, was it? No.
No, it's 3, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
That
number 3.
Polston, then?
Number 3, yeah. That's
Cool.
not, wasn't Bowen, was it, playing 3?
Mark Bowen, yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
Mark Bowen, yeah, he's Bowen.
Oh, hang on then. If that's Mark Bowen, Barry Horn, I'm pretty sure he was a fellow Welsh international. So 2 Welsh lads going in on each other. There.
Yeah, no love lost there.
I might be wrong,
Any
but I'm pretty sure.
faces in the tunnel there?
I love the cold shoulder from the manager. Didn't even look at him, did he? Just turned away as he went off.
So if this was a draw again, would it have gone to another replay?
I think it was going to be penalties.
Right.
Here we go. Ian Crook's on now.
Oh, what
a save that is.
So that's the Southampton fans there, isn't it?
Yeah, just in the pocket in the corner there, yeah.
Flowers pulled off some brilliant saves, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Top keeper though, wasn't he? Top keeper in his day.
Barkley looked absolutely packed.
Yeah.
It was.
What was it like when it was rammed like that?
So right in the middle, right behind the goal, was where the real action was. So that always filled first. Everyone wanted to be in there. Then gradually, you knew it was a bigger crowd. If you had people right in that corner near the side stand, or near the main stand, you knew there was more people in there. Whereas some weeks it was a bit quiet in there, but the middle was where it was always full. And even the old river end there is pretty full, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is.
And a bit of noise from the river end as well. Things have changed there.
No comment.
Since you've gone in there, mate.
Yeah.
It's another goalmouth scramble.
Scrambles.
I mean, you must
have been about 4-1, couldn't it?
Not gone in.
At this point, you must be thinking they're literally charmed life. They're going through on penalties.
Almost like, how could this be? 2 men down. We're absolutely bombarded.
What on earth?
I don't think the pitch is doing him any favours, I'll be honest.
Shearer out the back there.
I'll tell you what I'm noticing here as well. I don't know whether this is just this game and the intensity, but you're not getting a lot of down to the byline pulling the ball back. A lot of it's coming in from the fullback areas as well.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I don't know if that was the sort of style they played. Was it Clarkey?
It was. Absolutely.
I thought with Foxy in the team.
That's a big miss.
That's Shearer, wasn't it? That's Shearer off the line.
Yeah. I think once Crook had come on, when he played, obviously you had a different way for the different sort of mechanic for the team.
What a finish!
Oh, what a header that is!
What a header that is! Yeah, to adjust your body like that. And 19 years of age, presence of mind.
Instinctive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it came from a beautiful miss kick, didn't it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's a sort of Munich-esque attempt from Goss there, wasn't it?
Yeah, if that's a year later, that's top corner, isn't it? A year or two later.
Bang.
That's a great assist. He's meant that.
Yeah.
Didn't Sutton missed a few chances in the semi-final after this, didn't he?
Oh, semi-final was very forgettable. Yeah, everyone missed everything that day.
Fleck was
I'm not even sure what Gossy was doing. Total miscue.
Yeah, offside there.
I think this is it, boys. Yeah.
What would VAR have done about that?
There we go.
Go on, mate. You're reliving that moment. You must have been absolutely delirious. See your team in a semi-final.
No
was
pitch
down
invasion.
the pub after,
I seem to remember there'd been a pitch invasion, but
I was going to say there is one, mate. I was just going to ask you, were you on there?
I was a bit further
character
back.
of virtue. I wouldn't have thought you'd have been
on
there.
There we go. Look, you can see him behind, trying to get on the pitch.
Yeah.
It
looks very civilised.
It's a bit, it's very civilised and a bit half-hearted at the moment.
Those stewards like to keep a bit of order. Oh, there are a few on the pitch, yeah. Now we were at the top of the Barclay then, so we kept up there, probably on the floor being trod on.
Amazing.
Dave Stringer.
So that was the second semi-final in 2 or 3 years, wasn't it?
3 years, yeah, 89 and 92.
Yeah.
Hopefully
2020/21, boys, with a bit of luck.
Yeah. Who knows when that'll be?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was a good trip down memory lane, wasn't it?
There we go, yeah.
That whets the appetite.
28 years, eh?
Yeah.
28 years.
Does it feel that long?
Well, I got married that year, and I can't remember what feels longer.
Mrs. Clark has
renew your vows this year.
Mrs. Clark will be tuned in. It was a good.
Yeah, Tony's right. If Norwich reach the semis this year, then that definitely screams of a renewing your vows job, doesn't it? That's two parallels to get Norwich through to the semi-final.
I could get it called off though, due to the current situation.
Yeah, I definitely hope she's not watching now, mate.
Shouldn't have mass gatherings of more than one.
Who was your favourite player from that team then?
From that, well, Flecky. I mean, Flecky was great. I mean, he was just a complete player. Every other team hated him. You know, he put himself about. He wound the opponent's fans up. He really got our fans going. He would always be at, you know, no defender would ever feel comfortable because he'd be biting, he'd be kicking them and just making things happen. And he was a great little striker.
What was the buzz like around the city at that time? Because it's not every day they haven't reached a quarter-final since, have they? So I think that goes to show it doesn't happen too often.
It was tremendous, and I think, Paddy, you said it earlier on. The FA Cup then really was the thing. You know, cup final day. When I was a little kid, it started about 10 o'clock in the morning. It was actually near my birthday, so I always had like a birthday treat of a mate coming round. He'd come round for like breakfast, and we'd sit and watch all of the build-up, the Question of Sport special. You know, the songs that the teams had done. BBC also had a camera on the coach with the players, and it really was from like, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock. And yeah, any cup run we had was great, and there was a tremendous excitement and a real hope that finally we could get to Wembley, but obviously ultimately that didn't happen. But it was a great run.
Absolutely. All right, boys, thank you very much. That was a nice trip down memory lane to start us off. Again, as I said in the intro of this, if you've got any games that you'd like us to watch and comment on, then leave them in the comments below, because I'm sure there's some absolute crackers that we could get through on this series, that's for sure. If you enjoyed it as well, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you for the next one. Of course, plenty of Norwich City related content on all of our channels across this time, which is obviously very difficult. We hope you're all well, and hope you're all doing well. And of course, we'll see you in the next video, whenever that shall be. Thank you very much for watching.
Cheers, guys.